Notice that Jesus was not confused. When he made his quotation, he didn't quote Moses. He quoted the one who made them from the beginning. And they know that what Jesus has quoted was spoken by God directly. And they know very well that what they are quoting is what Moses did, but they pretend not to know why. So Jesus reminds them why Moses did it. Jesus says, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, permitted you to divorce your wives. But from the beginning, he goes back to the beginning. It was not so. So, when Moses wrote Deuteronomy 24, was he instructed by God? Well, the Son of God says, no, it was not our instruction. It was Moses managing your forefathers. It was Moses managing your forefathers. Now we are coming to what is the gist of the message for today. Because some of you may think we are on divorce. Oh no, divorce is just a detour. We are going elsewhere. Listen to Jesus. Listen to Jesus. Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts. I like what Jesus does. He doesn't say Moses, because of the hardness of your forefathers only. He puts it in their day because they are the ones who want to practice it. He says, no, from your forefathers till today, this was done because of the hardness of your forefathers. We need to go back to Deuteronomy 24 so that we unearth this hardness. What is this hardness Jesus is talking about? Let's go back to Deuteronomy 24. Let's read it again. When a man takes a wife and marries her, and it happens that she finds no favor, underline that, in his eyes, because he has found some uncleanliness, underline that, in her, and he writes her a certificate of divorce, puts it in her hands, and sends her out of his house. When she has departed from his house and goes and becomes another man's wife, if the latter husband, detests, underline that, detests her and writes her a certificate of divorce and puts it in her hand and sends her out of his house, or if the latter husband dies, right? So, Deuteronomy 24 gives us an understanding what was the hardness. And we are given a number of definitions of the hardness. A, she loses favor with you. B, you found some uncleanliness. That arbitrary statement. C, he detests her. What are all these about? Lose favor. Find some fault, uncleanliness, or detest. What are these a product of? These are a product of greed. So what exactly is the hardness of the heart? It is when a man has met a woman that pleases him more than his wife. That was the problem. When he has seen a younger girl, a sexier girl, and he looks at his wife after years of giving birth and he decides, A, you may have lost favor with me, or B, I have found some uncleanliness in you or fault, or C, I detest your presence, the man may divorce the wife. Now Jesus addresses the problem. Jesus says, you guys, and this is a message to the church today. Jesus says, you are quick to ask questions about divorce. You are not addressing the primary reason for divorce, that we have become greedy. Marriages are failing, and the church runs for the tail and not the head of the snake. Divorce is the tail of the snake. The head is the greed that is found in marriages. Deal with the head of the snake and stop pursuing the tail of the snake. We are not healing the issue. We are running after the symptoms. The problem in our church is not divorce. The problem is the greed found in men and women. The problem is that in our church, a man may detest his wife, may see a younger one, may kick his wife out, and marry another woman, bring her into the church, making life uncomfortable for the ex-wife and the children. We don't address the mental trauma of the children watching their father in the same church, holding hands with a new woman while their mother is there. The filth and immorality in our church. We are busy calling church boards to address the tail, yet the head is among us, and we do nothing about it. In our church, married people are cheating. We know it. We discuss it. We say nothing about it. We wait for the divorce. Then we call a church board. You brood of vipers, a house of immorality built on hypocrisy. Your questions on divorce are a hypocrisy. You know where the problem began. You knew when the elder was having an affair with a girl in the same church. You knew when the wife was being made an idiot in front of you. You all kept quiet. Then when there is a divorce, you want to run with a policy correctness. In our church, a man will sleep with another man's wife. We will all know. We will keep quiet. A man will be a fool, walking into church every Sabbath, holding his wife's hands, being shaken by the same man who sleeps with his wife during the week. We know it. We are silent on it. When divorce comes, here comes the church board. Jesus says to the Pharisees, you will not play me. I am not your church board. I am not your yo-yo. You will not play this game with me. Address the head of the snake, not the tail. The head of the snake is that in our church, there is a satanic conduct in which extramarital affairs are happening, are discussed in WhatsApp groups. And we are all acting oblivious. When a marriage has fallen apart, you suddenly see women saying that we have come to pray with you and support you. Brood of vipers. You were discussing her as a fool. You knew what was being done in her marriage. Now you are running around with the prayers for her. Hypocrites. Hypocrites. You knew the head of the snake and you did nothing about it. Jesus says, I will not play this game with you. I won't discuss divorce. I will tell you the root of the problem. The root of the problem is from your forefathers. You've been greedy. Listen to that law on divorce. Arbitrary. Now listen to me. When it was written, it was patriarchal because the men were the ones doing it. But today, it can't be patriarchal because women are doing it. Women in our churches are targeting married men. It is a sport. It is now being done by both genders. Women know you have friends. Do not lie. You are here in this group. You are having an extramarital affair with a married man, and yet you hug his wife like a fool every Sabbath. Do not treat God like a game. That is why I said divorce is a trap on God, because people know what they are doing, yet they pretend as if God is blind. The heart of the snake and its head is greed. Because you are not satisfied with this family that God has given you, you are now running to destroy that family. Instead of building your family, instead of working to produce a happy home, you get up and you go to destroy that family. Our church is full of wounded men and women who were working hard to make their marriages work, and some person with a satanic desire left his family, left her family to go and destroy that family. What had they done to you? What had they done to you that you would pursue another person's marriage to the point of destroying it? What had they done to you? We must come clean. What is this evil that we are doing? Why would you start WhatsApping somebody's wife? What have they done to you? You are a young girl with opportunities to see many men out there. Why would you assault a married woman in her home? What did she do to you? Did she take away your salvation? Did she remove your name from the book of life? What did she do to you that you would ruin her home? On top of that, have the courage to hug her on Sabbath and call her my friend. What evil is this? We will not play games. Divorce is the tail of the problem. Divorce is the tail of the problem. The church knows the head and the heart and we are refusing to cut it off. They came to Jesus thinking he was going to play a game. They found the sovereign Lord ready to deal with the heart of the matter. Our churches must stop running after divorce cases. Address the rumors. Address the evidence in front of you that says people are having extramarital affairs. Don't wait for divorce. What is the point of Adventist men? Why can you not call a man as a group of men and say, we are hearing rumors that are gathering speed that you are having an extramarital affair, and we have come as your brothers and as your spiritual support to say, get thee behind him, Satan. Stop this nonsense. Stop it immediately in the name of Jesus. Stop it and get out of it. Why can't women call each other and say, we have heard very sufficient that you are having an extramarital affair. Seize it this moment. Stop it. Stop it immediately. Our church has become a toy. You know, these girls are tearing marriages apart and then marrying these men, and they walk in our churches proud as the new messiahs, knowing we are cowards. We failed to stop it then. What would we do about it now? People are divorcing within the same church, marrying the same person in the same church, and they move their membership elsewhere. Of course, the pastors are having extramarital affairs, the elders are having extramarital affairs. Who will say what to who? And so let me be very clear. This game of divorce that we are playing in church boards, it is for our satisfaction, not for God. God knows what is happening. What is happening is that we are harboring the greed of immorality instead of people who are not married, waiting on the Lord, praying for their own families, building their own families. They prefer to destroy that family. Instead of married people waiting on the Lord, working with their spouses to produce the happiness they say is lacking. No, they leave their families to destroy that family. Then when we hear of a divorce, everyone is a prayer warrior. They want to pray with you. They are not coming to pray. They are coming to collect more facts for gossip. If they were your spiritual brothers and sisters, they would have stood the ground on your behalf long before they heard of a divorce. They would have risen violently in prayer, in visits, in fasting, in counseling. They would have stood up a long time ago to defend your marriage when it was attacked. They are showing up as false prayer warriors when they hear you are divorcing, just for the scoop, so that when they gossip, they may now gossip with quotations. No. When we were praying with her, she said, actually, oh shame, did you see him? He is even losing weight. Things are bad. They've always known. But like vultures, They wanted to circle your marriage, waiting for it to die, so that they may descend in false pretenses of prayer to devour the carcass. We know the heart of the problem. The heart of the problem is humanity is greedy. The heart of the problem is that women today don't want to work on their marriages. They so target other men. Oh, he's a nice husband. I wish I had him instead of the one I have. Oh, that young unmarried man, he could satisfy me in the bedroom better than my husband. The issue is we have a problem. Men today don't want to fix their marriages. Oh, look at that young girl who has just arrived at church, young and fresh. Why would I bother with this one 2-3 kids down the line? Oh, look at Mrs. So-and-so. Look at how nice she is taken care of. Look at her hips. Look at her thighs. I bet I would be satisfied there, not in this nonsense I am married with. Speak the truth. We are in Deuteronomy 24. It is the greed of finding no favor in your spouse, of finding arbitrary uncleanliness in your spouse, in detesting your spouse. The truth. The truth is that we are greedy for that family instead of building our own. The truth is that our church rejoices in chasing its tail like a dog, instead of addressing the head that vomits and eats the vomit. A dog is a funny creature. It will vomit and eat its own vomit. After that, it will chase its tail. Instead of addressing the rot in the foundation of understanding the problem of greed in the human heart, we are busy chasing the tail of divorce.